Well, a lot going on today, and first, just man, congratulations to Coach Pearl. Um, his record speaks for itself: the Final Fours and the SEC titles, and his draft picks and NCAA tournaments, and but truthfully, all of that is great. But he's truly one of the best men that I've ever met. He's endeared himself to me as a friend and has been there every step of the way for me. I've don't know that I've ever met anyone that makes everybody in the room feel honored like he does. And I know I'll still get to laugh with him and see him at the lake and be around him, but certainly will miss being in the foxhole together somewhat. But the good thing is, congratulations to his son, Stephen, on this great opportunity to step in and start his career as a head coach and at a wonderful place like Auburn, who he's put in years of investment in getting this program where it is. So happy for Stephen. He's also a good friend, and look forward to developing even a deeper relationship with him, like I have his father, Bruce. But to Brandy and Bruce, congratulations, and I have no idea what's next for him, so who knows? But I know they'll have fun and hopefully enjoy some time together. So congratulations there. Disappointing loss. The plays were there for us to have a chance to beat a quality opponent on the road in this league, and we've got to learn how to win those games. And it starts with us as coaches. And there were a lot of good things on that film. The one thing that I point out first is the passion and the resilience that I thought our kids played with, and in a difficult environment and getting some difficult breaks, and they continue to fight the entire 60 minutes and had a chance to win the football game. And again, there's a lot of things we certainly can improve upon, but dang, it was fun to watch them compete. We're really closer, and we'll get tested again, certainly with an excellent top 10 team on the road again at A&M. But disappointing and stings, but we got to put it behind us and move on to A&M for sure.
Jason, Bill, Nathan, Mike. You said after you have a chance to watch the film, you kind of learned a little bit more about the sacks after watching that. Do you feel like it was a combination of holding the ball and O-line stuff and kind of?
Yep. Yeah, there's 5 that I don't think he could do anything about. And there's 5 that I think he's got to trust that our receivers and one-on-ones will protect him and make a play. So I thought it was dead down the middle, 50-50. He and I met yesterday, watched everything, and tough environment, tough defense, but we got to trust our guys, and good things happened when he did that, and we just got to continue to work to improve that. But it was don't think he could do a whole lot about 5 of them, but there was 50% that I think the ball's got to come out.
Sort of continuing on the pressure. When you're getting that kind of pressure, talk about the adjustments that you can make. I mean, can you go to either a quicker passing game or rolling him out, moving him in?
Yeah, that's a tough team to roll out against because of the way they play their edges. That's nice, if you can do that, but dangerous when you half the field against them and the way they get up the field, and we're really quick off the edges. Our chip game was pretty good to us, and unfortunately, when we weren't in it, 2-minute drill, they did that to us last year, and it's very difficult. But the times we were able to get in our chip stuff, we had time, and I thought we had some really good plan to check to some of their all-up pressure, and we hurt them with it a few times. And they made some adjustments to that too, but a lot of it came from just internal twists and things, and their kids played extremely hard. You got to give them credit. They did. I mean, there's one that I thought Damari had a great cut on a guy, and he gets up and still makes the play. I mean, you got to, but the ball probably should have been out. But that's a really good defense, and yeah, there's. I don't think rolling out was an option against them, but you know, we've got to strain and get better and get the ball out those times that we did have some shots and some one-on-ones.
Hugh, last season, almost every SEC game, you guys had a penalty on kick returns. Now it's obviously an issue so far early this season. What's your assessment of that?
Well, you know, Monday is about the truth, and without being, you know, I'm a positive guy, and we're going to get better, but it's hard to not say that our special teams play in that game is probably the difference in the scoreboard, even with everything else that happened. And I love them all, and we're going to play the next play, but starting 3 possessions inside the 10-yard line against them and giving them the ball on the 20-yard line and, you know, catching a punt that's going into the end zone and got an onside kick that I think is going to go 10 yards that they're just watching, and I think we're going to get, and we recovered at 9.5. I mean, missing a field goal. It's just it was not a good outing for us at all, and I promise you that has been addressed heavily, and it has to improve. And we have a dangerous return guy, but if we can't coach and execute properly to give us the ball at least at the 20 to 25-yard line, then we need to fair catch everything. Our offense is good enough, but it's no fun starting inside the 10 against teams like that. We overcame it a little bit, but there is no sugarcoating the special teams play of that game. Well, I don't, you know, people can criticize. They're going to whether I throw it downfield, then I don't run it enough. So, I mean, the criticism's coming. It doesn't matter. I always knew we could. Just like there's things we saw Saturday again from the Oklahoma defense that we hadn't seen in the 3 games and people hadn't seen in us in 3 games. That's what coaches do. So I was very confident that we could push the ball down the field, and it is good, obviously, to see them do that and have success. The crazy thing is we should have hit 2 more that I think changed the game. I mean, you got to make those plays, and in one of them, Cam changed gears, and if he never stops, I think he runs right through it for a 75-yard touchdown, and then obviously the one where he's 7 yards behind the defender and for a touchdown, and we don't hit him. Those games swing on, and that's as poorly as we played on special teams, and yet we still had a chance to win the game, among other things that happened. So there's a lot of positives there, but boy, we got to make more of those. But it was good to see us push it down the field.
Did you set a record for how many plays you sent back to Birmingham after that game? Because I'm sure it was more than average. Like how many? Can you estimate for me?
There were quite a few that I disagree with, and I have great respect for our SEC office and the job that they do, and they have a tough job. It's a fine line. You want so badly to defend your team, your players, your university. It's a difficult position, and so I try to have respect for all sides, and it's certainly hard to to just accept. My grandfather always told me life's not fair, get used to it and move on. So that's been my approach this morning with our team is we're going to move on to A&M. As disappointing as I mean, I think everybody has their own opinion of the different calls made or not made in any given game, and I know everybody shares an opinion on those in this game, and I share mine. And I've voiced those to the people that it matters to, but ultimately we can't do anything about it. So we got to turn the page and move on to A&M.
You mentioned this a little bit, but the receivers not finishing routes, did that contribute any, you think, to the sacks, or was that just something completely different?
No, the ones that maybe one of the five. I think if our guy had taken a better release, he probably would have given him the shot at the one-on-one ball. But the others, really, he's. I mean, we've got them in some one-on-ones, and our guys are running pretty good routes, and let's give them a chance, man. And I tell that receiver room, look, if he does that, it's on you, man. You better protect him because I'm telling him he can do it and to get rid of the football. So I think there was one, and then obviously the one that he did throw that we missed. I don't know. I thought we broke out of the route and had anytime you're running a vertical route and there's a change of speed, that shouldn't happen. And but I think there was one that he probably would have gotten out of his hand if the release were a little cleaner.
Do you expect Damaris back and Jay back this week? And are there any other guys that could be on that injury report Wednesday?
Yeah, we were pretty fortunate. Jeremiah Cobb's got a hip pointer, but I think he'll be fine. I think Amaris will be much better. Jay Crawford is the one that's kind of, we'll see. We had, Mondays is a total walkthrough, so I don't really. It's hard to judge anything about how he really feels today. Connor Liu obviously left the game. He'll try to go. He's not one to miss much. It's a sprained MCL, so I think he'll go. I think that's it. So we were pretty fortunate because it's a really physical game.
Connor comes out and you send in a 17-year-old out there, and like he held his own pretty well. I mean, how important was it to see him step up in that role? And are there any looks that you're looking at on the offensive line with some of the issues they had last week?
No, I believe in those guys. They had some tough looks. They threw a lot at us. I mean, a lot. And I thought Kale came in and did solid. In an environment like that, it was a difficult environment, hard to hear, and we unfortunately weren't disciplined enough that we had too many penalties. Again, that's second. We did have some of those at Baylor also. We've got to get that cleaned up. We are looking at different options for that, but I thought Kale held his own and did okay. Got us in the calls most of the time. A little late on the snap one time that caused us a false start. Just having a hard time hearing and making his calls, but that's kind of to be expected in his first outing. But he's going to be a really good player.
Hugh, Jackson had 49 dropbacks. I know Oklahoma was making it hard to run, but is that a number that y'all are comfortable with them dropping back that many times?
If you take away the sacks, we average, 4.35 yards a rush. That's a pretty good average in this league. I probably should have forced the run a little more, maybe, looking back. But it was tough sledding in there to get those tough yards. And I thought we had things in the passing game that our guys could win on. And so I felt like that was our best chance to win the game. And looking at the film, again, there are things to improve on, but we had a chance to make plays that if you take away, if we get the scoop score and and you take away our special team, errors, oh man, we got a real shot to win that football game. And even with all of that happened, you go up 17-16, and that's after missing a touchdown throw that was there. So it's hard to argue that against that good of a football team that the plan was terrible, but it certainly, you'd like to run it a little more. I don't know that dropping back that many times is going to win a lot of games in this league. I was proud of our defense again. I mean, they stuffed their run really, really well, and I thought they contained the quarterback run really well also. So there's a lot of good things to point at.
Hugh, your defense seemed like it was really pretty dominant for 55 minutes. Can you just talk about? I mean, I don't think they had a third down on their winning.
We were really good on third
drive. What
down.
happened?
We were really good, and a lot of guys played a lot of snaps up front. Didn't think our pass rush was as fresh as it was at the beginning. And then give them credit. They made, 2 real explosive plays on the last drive that got them in scoring territory. And we had an MA on the touchdown from a young kid. But, those happen, and they have players that make good plays. And, boy, they made the drive when they had to. But our defense plays like that, they'll keep us in a lot of games.
Yeah, Coach, my question was defensive related as well, too. Now, this is 3 out of 4 opponents you've held under 100 yards rushing. John Mateer seemed like he didn't go crazy on you. Can you talk about, what's working right now for DJ Durkin's defense?
Yeah, I think he's he's going to have a good plan, and our kids are playing hard over there. And up front, we've stopped the run. People like Oklahoma and A&M are going to have some yards on you. I mean, they got really good talent. I mean, these next few weeks is tough sledding, and it's probably unreasonable to think that our defense can just do that all the time. But to this point, they have. But I think those young kids are getting better. We played Woodby and New Boy and Winters a lot more in that game, and so you got 3 true freshmen that are playing in some of the toughest environments in America against some of the best talent in America, and I thought they got better. Kinsley Falston had a solid game and played well. Without Jay, I thought Rayshawn Pleasant played really solid. And Ken Lee is obviously one of our better guys. Xavier plays well. Still can make a mistake here and there that hurts you, but he's full speed and going to give you his best. So a lot of young kids over there that are getting some quality experience.
Coach, what has stood out from Texas A&M offense, especially those transfer receivers they have?
Yeah, I haven't watched as much film. I've had a lot going on today with just different things, but I've seen enough to know that those 2 receivers are dynamic, and obviously Marcel Reed, we saw him last year, is super twitchy and can run it. They got a great running game, best running game we've seen. This will test what Mike just asked about with our run defense for sure, and as soon as you commit too many people to it, they've got people that can really make you pay. It's an excellent football team, one that will be in the playoff discussion, I'm sure. Yep, thank you.